Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am just going to do a quick 5 to 10 minute no makeup look. So of course you want to start with clean skin. I am using the Butter Bar. Make sure you can see that I'm using the Butter Bar. It is a rose cream cleanser from the Butter Bar. This is a local Houston Black owned brand. RIP to the owner. I love her brand. The owner did pass away. It was a Black female owned business, but she did pass away. But I still love her products and support her. Next up, I am going to be using the Pink Grapefruit Toner from the Butter Bar. So this is a moisturizing toner for dry skin types. So I'll go with that. And this is what I'm using every day. So, I think about Wednesdays when I'm going into the office, I'm doing that. Here lately, I've been using Inner Beauty Project. It is this is a hyaluronic acid and Buccal serum. Don't get me, I don't know how to pronounce that, but this is a hydrating serum. Of course, hyaluronic acid and yuzu, I know, is like a citrus. So more than likely, yes, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid for hydrating, and the Buccal, or however you pronounce that, it is for pores and fine lines. So we definitely want that. So put a little bit of that on with my hand, and then put that on, and I allow it to dry down a bit. I do have a couple breakouts, which is uncommon for me, but I've been using another Butter Bar. I've also been using the Black Honey Cleanser from the Butter Bar. So this is what I like to use like when I'm taking my makeup off or when I've been wearing a lot of makeup, and it does have black soap in it. So of course, like, I know I'm going to get some breakouts because it's getting deep in there and cleaning out the pores. So I do have a few breakouts because I have been using this Black Honey Cleanser, but it's a good breakout, right? Okay, so now that my skin has dried off a bit, I'm gonna go in with my moisturizer. So more Butter Bar, Pink Grapefruit and Coconut Water. This is for dry skin. I don't know, definitely gotta shake it up. I don't know if I have dry skin anymore. I would say that my skin is probably more on the normal side, but I still like to use dry skin products if I can. I definitely had really dry skin growing up. I will say the key to having the best no makeup look is definitely skincare. Having really great skincare, of course, like morning and night, and drinking water, diet, right? So like I said, typically I don't have any breakouts. Don't mean to brag, but it's true because I try to eat clean and I drink at least 64 to about 80 ounces of water a day. So I have the big 40-ounce Owala bottle, and so I'm usually going to drink 2 of those, one in the morning and one in the evening, like when I'm going to the gym. Okay, so next up, it's a lot of products. Of course, this is probably going to take a little longer because I'm filming, but I do all of this in the morning and I'm able to get out of the house, So we have sunscreen, and this is Babo Botanicals, and I use this one because it came up on the like a wellness app that I have as something that is, it's basically certified on the I think it's WHG, like wellness. Basically, it doesn't have like a lot of harmful chemicals in it. So this is one of my favorites. It is a mineral sunscreen. And I've been using, this is my second bottle. It lasts forever. I want to say I've probably had the first one, I don't know, at least 8 months to a year. It lasted a long time because you don't need a lot. So I add that on. I just have to make sure I work it in. I like to use it before my moisturizer dries down, so that it doesn't get stuck in it. I don't have a white cast. So, okay. All right, so that's that. Again, this is a no makeup look. So we're really just going to be using concealer, no foundation. So the concealer that I have is Thread. I didn't even realize that this brand is by the Lip Bar. So I didn't even realize it when I was buying it, but yes, it's by the Lip Bar, but it's called Thread. And this is Tan Golden number 5. So I'm running out of this, but I just put, sorry, I gotta look in the mirror a bit. So I just put it here under my eyes, and I use a beauty blender to blend it out. So a little water on my beauty blender. I typically don't use a loose powder with this, but if you're somebody who you know, doesn't like a dewy look and you are bothered by like any potential creasing, you would want to use a powder. Some days I'll use a powder and some days I don't. Okay, so all right, blending that out just over my face. You know, I'm coming up on 40. I did not need to use concealer on my no makeup days, you know, like earlier in my 30s, but these days I need a little concealer. Okay, next up on the eyes, I have a Fenty Beauty soft matte powder. This is actually a powder foundation from Fenty. It's old, but I use it on the eyes as an eyeshadow because it's the wrong color for me, really. I don't know who was helping me that day in Sephora, but it's 410 and it's way too dark for me. So I use it as an eyeshadow. So eyeshadow, put that on. I really do try to find products that are, you know, that have good ingredients and aren't too harmful. And sometimes it's not really easy to avoid that. But that's what I try to do. Okay. So next up, I am going to put on this little bronzer. It's a powder bronzer, also by Fenty. Looks a little rough. Also by Fenty. This is number 7, Cocoa Naughty. This is a good shade for me for a bronzer. So what I do is I just take my big fluffy brush and I start at the top of my forehead and I come down here, highlighting under the cheekbones. Take a little bit more. Again, forehead, come over, highlight under the cheekbones. Don't worry about my hair. It's looking a little rough and I didn't really care to do anything to it today. So mind your business on that. Okay. I hate that I have this breakout, but it is what it is. Okay, so that's looking pretty. Again, this is a no makeup look. So next up, I'm gonna do my brows, and I've been loving these. I've been using these for years. It is a NYX Professional Makeup Lift and Snatch. It's like almost like a liquid little eye pen. I've been using these for years. So what I usually will do is I will, hold on, take a little spoolie and go over my brows. I do have micro shading, so, but I do like to, you know, if I'm putting anything on my face, I like to just kind of go in and make my brows just a little darker. So that's what I'm gonna do. I might have to fix that a bit. Yep. Okay, so there. All right, and then I go back over with the spoolie just to kind of make it look a little bit more natural. Of course, I do not take the pencil into these parts. I kind of stop here. That's going to give you a more natural look, right? You don't want like super dark near the middle part here of your brows. Okay. So that's that. Next up, I'm gonna go with mascara. So put on a little mascara, and this is the Thrive Cosmetics. I think everybody knows this one. I really like this mascara because it's easy to take off. As I'm getting older, I do have concerns with like my under eye area, and this particular mascara clumps up. I can't remember what the name of the technology is or whatever you would call it, or formulation, but it doesn't smear. So if you're taking it off, it clumps up and you basically like rolls off. So you don't have this collection of dark makeup under your eye. And I think that's going to be really important for someone like me as I'm getting older. I don't want anything contributing to darkness under my eyes. Okay, so there we go with mascara. And then technically I'm done. I can end here. I got a little Ilia sample from Sephora. It's a little lip gloss. I might put this on, put on a little lip gloss. That's pretty. This is a face I would do like if I had a bunch of meetings at work, because I do work from home, but if I had a bunch of meetings, I could do this face. There's also the option to add on eyeliner. I don't think I'm going to do that today, but I think I will add just a little bit of powder, but I'm going to add some powder. I'm looking extra oily. So the powder that I have is, of course, Laura Mercier. So I just take some of my little puff, press it down on my hand, and come under my eye, and then a little bit on the forehead. Okay. I might dab my nose a little bit. That's good. And then it off with a little brush. Yeah. Okay. And that's really it. I get a lot of compliments on this look. And then, you know, if it's gonna be a long day, so typically if I'm going into the office, you know, wind up at the gym, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Paris Infallible 3-second setting mist. So I'll spray that on. And that's it. There you have it. I would say this probably, of course my face would really already be washed because I would have washed my face in the shower. So usually I'm just throwing on my moisturizer, my serum, moisturizer, sunscreen, and I'm going straight in with that with the face. So yeah, I think it is really pretty. You tell me. That bathroom lighting just does not do my face justice, so I did have to come out into the sun so you could see. It looks much better in the sunlight. So yeah.